right? So the not to get into the mindset stuff, but bro, I am doing so much fucking personal development on the outside of this that I'm selling myself during these calls. So yeah, there's obviously a framework. And when I get on, bro, the first thing I'm doing, if you guys are taking notes, I would, note takers or money makers. First thing I'm doing, I'm stating the intention of the call, my goal for this call. I said this to Vince. I say this every single time. I say, perfect, bro. Hey man, you didn't tell me you're handsome. What the hell? Okay, cool. Hey, check it out. So my goal for today is really just gonna be to get you full clarity, a complete understanding as to like what we do over here with Vincent. I want to find out a little bit more about you, some of your goals for the next 12 months. We're going to see what you need in order to hit those goals, and we're going to see if Vincent can help you do it. If he can, and it makes sense, and obviously it's a good fit on both ends, we'll get you started with Vincent's Academy Inner Circle today. How does that sound? Good? Perfect. Bro, off rip, I'm in agreement. Off rip, they know that I'm going for a call. It's called a pre-frame,
Yeah.
right? And then I pretty much always do a second pre-frame. I don't think I did this with Vincent because when you talk to a higher level guy, you don't really need to get that specific. But I was dripping things on Vincent subconsciously throughout the call. Like I'd be like, bro, people like us, bro, we make decisions fast. You know, when you have to go down here, blah 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 blah. So guess what I'm doing? He's like, yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah.
I do make decisions fast. So he's not going to tell me you got to think about it because he just told me that we make decisions fast, right? But this
Yeah.
is higher level shit. When I'm talking to the basic consumer and I'm selling them 10 grand, 12 grand, 20 grand, whatever, boom, right off rip. I got my 2 seconds of rapport and I'm going into the goal of the call, the intention. And at the end of it, if it's a good fit on both ends, we'll get you started today. How's that sound? Oh, dude, that sounds good. Perfect. And then I'll ask them usually a second question for lower level guys. My second question comes from Van Taylor. He says this, he says, okay, beautiful. And right before I'm going to share my screen and show you what the next couple of weeks would look like if it's something you took action on today. My last question for you is at the end of this call, I'm going to ask you for a decision. Okay. My question is, can you tell me one of two things? Either A, hey Casey, thanks for your time. I appreciate the information, but I don't think it's a good fit. Or B, best case scenario, dude, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Everything makes sense. Let's figure out the numbers and rock and roll. Can you tell me one or two things at the end of this? Right? They're always going to say yes. You say, okay, perfect. Well, the reason I asked that question, okay, is because in my professional experience, people who take action on the first call have the best results in here. I'm assuming you want the best results,
Yeah.
right? Average. Okay, got it. Perfect. Bro, I just pre-framed the fuck out the entire call in the first 5-10 minutes, right? So they know where it's going. I'm going to hold their hand the whole call now, right? Then I go into a little bit of fact finding. Okay. It's like a doctor. What hurts? How long does it hurt? And why can't you fix it on your own? You need this guy to admit why they can't solve their own problems, right? So but I'm asking 4 or 5 levels deep of each question. So
Okay.
when I say 4 levels, where do you work? The grocery store. How long have you worked there? Okay. Do you see yourself working there for the rest of your life? Okay, got it. What's your favorite? What's the worst part about your job? That's 4 questions on the same question. You get what I mean? Like it's all about the work. Okay, so I'm gonna go 4 levels deep on every question. I'm not asking questions, y'all, just to check boxes. These are human beings we're talking to. So we need to know what hurts, how long does it hurt, and why can't it's like a doctor. You walk into the doctor's office with a broken elbow. He's gonna say, does it hurt when I go like this? Does it hurt like when I go like
Yeah.
this? Does it hurt when I go like this? How long has it been hurting? What have you tried to fix it? Right. And then once we know we have the solution, that's when a light bulb goes off and say, bro, you are absolutely in the right place. Now I see why Keyshawn put you on my calendar. I get it now, bro. We can absolutely help. Right. But so I'm going to go into my fact finding, fact finding, fact finding. It's a very simple process, bro. I'm going to state my intention, reframe the call. Then I'm going to go into fact finding. Why the hell are they here in the first place? How long have they followed Vincent? Right. Have they followed him for a couple years? Oh, you have? Okay. So what changed recently? Why now are you, tapping into Vincent, seeing if it's something that is the vehicle you're looking for? Right. And then I'm going to go into it's called senior data, the questions that actually matter. I don't give a fuck about where, what sports teams he likes or what his favorite colors.
Yeah.
We go into like the senior data, bro. Right? How long have you been looking to lose this weight? How long have you been looking to level up your life? Okay, for a couple years. Why now is it important for you to get started with something like this? Did something happen recently? Like what's got you clicking on Vincent's links now versus last month or 2 months ago? Why is it important now? I'm literally getting rid of the think about it objection subconsciously, right? But there should no be the only objection you guys should ever get is that's a lot of money, and then you agree with that,
Yeah.
and you say you're trying to make a lot of money, right? I agree, it is a lot of money, bro. You're right, absolutely, right? That's why we have lenders, okay? But anyways, money in 20, money in 20. Okay, I don't like elephants in the room. Okay, Grant Cardone teaches this differently, right? But in my experience, bro, I'm getting that shit out the way, right? I'm going to tell them in the first, once I know what's going on, before I show them anything. I'm guessing you guys have like a little presentation or no, you kind of just go into the pitch, Vincent?
Okay. Yeah. It depends on the vibe I'm feeling out. Sometimes I use the pitch deck. Sometimes I just straight tell them.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much it's like we have a pitch deck for our lower ticket. We need to make one for the higher ticket. I want them to do it on every single one. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I want to hear your take on it.
Yeah. So the only two reasons somebody's not going to buy from you is if they don't trust you or if they're confused, right? That's the only two possible reasons if you have an offer that sells itself, which you guys do, right? So when I share my screen, for me, this is what we use, right? It's called a student journey map. Vincent's seen something like this, right? I just rebranded it. Something like this, bro, it takes away all fucking confusion because it's very like step by step. This is also a good place to confuse somebody. So I only tell them one or two, three, maybe four boxes, and that's it. People that are consumers who have never spent more than 2, 3 grand on education before, they like to see shit. They don't, it's hard for
Okay.
somebody normal, like a normie or brokey, to justify, oh well, why is Vincent worth 2 grand an hour? That doesn't make sense. Motherfuckers don't get it. Right. But then when you really understand it and you've been in the game for a while, we know that we'd pay Vincent 2 grand an hour because the motherfucker makes multiple six figures a month. Right. So before my presentation, I'm getting all my fact finding out the way. And then I have a light bulb moment. What's the light bulb moment? It's like, bro, that's all that's been stopping you. My question is this. Okay, if you could give me two or like what do you feel? Because you're a smart guy. You sound like a smart dude. What do you feel like has been holding you back from making your first 10 grand in a month as an online coach? What do you feel like stopping you? They're going to tell you the fucking ammo you use in the next sentence. Oh, I don't have the right mentor. I don't have the right opportunity. I just not around the right people. Oh, got it. So if you had the right mentor and you had the right people and you had the right opportunity, you'd be crushing it. Yes. Okay. Done. Homie, listen, you got socks on? Perfect. Because I'm about to blow that shit off. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how we're going to help you retire your mom, how we're going to help you travel. Like all those things we just talked about. I'm going to show it to you because right now I'm all talk. Are you ready? Okay. Perfect. Check it out. Homie, it's expensive. Okay. I'm going to just tell you up front, the tuition's $12K for the year. Okay. Now here's the deal. And watch this. I'm going to get off the money real quick. Like I'm going to drop it the price, but then I'm going to get into the create. I'm going to, because people, well, their butthole go dink. You know what I mean? They'll shrivel up. You say 10K, 20K, 12K, even 2K sometimes to brokies like fucking what? Right? So you got to get off the price quick. Listen, dog, the tuition, it's 12K for 12 months. But you're a smart guy, right? Would you say you're a smart dude? Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
could tell. I could tell you are. Obviously, if you could like see for a fact, zero doubt in your mind that over the next like 6 to 12 months, Vincent's going to help you make more money than you've ever touched in your entire life, right? I'm talking about 20, 30, I'm talking about 1% income. Only if you knew for a fact that was real. Obviously, I mean, you could justify investing 12K to make that happen if what I'm saying is legit, right? Of course. Who couldn't? Who wouldn't? You say it to make you put logic against them. So they sound like an idiot if they say no. Bro, if I just had a magic wand, boop, all I had to do is boop, now you're making 20 grand a month for the rest of your life. How much would you pay for me to wave that wand? Probably a lot more than 12K, right? If I had a crystal ball, right? Perfect. Well, bro, I'm about to show you. That's why we're on a Zoom call. So you could see what the next, because here's the deal. It's not for everybody. Okay. And it doesn't happen overnight. And to be honest, this right here, working with Vincent, it's not for 99% of people, bro. It's not. If it was, everybody be driving Rolls Royces and SF90s. Okay. It's actually for 1% of people. So my job is to see if you're the 1% or not. Right? Bro, the more you pull away, the more that motherfucker gonna
Yeah.
reach. This is called baby negatives. It's something I learned from Alex. Okay. He said if you take a girl out on a date and you're like, hey, listen, I live in my parents' basement. I don't, have great hygiene. Okay. And I'm between jobs right now, but you'll never meet somebody better in bed. Doesn't matter what the fuck you say after that, but they're gonna believe it. For example, I went out to dinner last night or a couple nights ago with Albert and his wife. We're at a fucking 5-star restaurant. Dinner was like 3 grand. Bro, I'm watching the waiter. Everyone's having a normal dinner, but I'm sitting there watching the waiter naturally sell us on the most expensive shit they got.